Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me again. Welcome to Hair Tips with Dennis Nielsen. Um, Sorry, nice up-to-date reference for all the kids. So yes, I just thought I'd let you know something that's happened. I don't think I don't think I'm not allowed to tell anyone. But since my little announcement the other day about the stalemate that we're in with Father Ted as it's being held hostage by you know, trans rights activists and people who refuse to be the adults in the room and stand up to them. But an interesting thing happened, which is that two financiers got in touch with me and said how they said they would like to take over if possible. Also, a theatre got in touch with me and said that they would like to put it on, West End Theatre. So the two things I've been told are the reasons why I must step away from the musical is because no theatre will have it and it can't be funded. It took 2 days. I'm not saying that the stuff that's come in already is how it could continue, but I do think it casts a large shadow over what I've been told the reason that they're trying to get rid of me is. I don't think that's true. I think what it always is, what it always ends up being is people who don't understand the issues but still like to expound on things, telling their bosses that the rumors are true, Graham Linehan's a bigot, not quite sure why, just ABC. And today, like I'm just about to post, and I'm sorry, I should go back a little bit and just explain a couple of things as well. I noticed the other day that someone started a hashtag FreeFatherTed. Please keep that going if you can. I think the thing I want to do with such a campaign is have people explain to me what I'm getting wrong with my analysis. I need that to be public because they publicly called into question my reputation. So I need them to publicly say what they disagree with in my analysis. To give just one example, David Weberly, who was one of the doctors who was signing kids off on puberty blockers, has just been struck off the medical register. And we know that the CAST report is going to come in and it's going to be savage because the midterm CAST report, or whatever they call it, was already extremely condemnatory of practices within the Tavistock. As we always say, this is a huge medical scandal. Kids are being put on a medical pathway with no investigation into the long-term effects of testosterone. But as I say, speaking to my friend Elaine Miller, who knows about all this, these young women are going to go into, this is just one thing that happens, these young women are going to go into menopause 30 years early. A lot of them think they're going to literally turn into men. And actually the effect of testosterone is so strong that it absolutely decimates their ovaries. A lot of young women have to have hysterectomies because of this. Yeah, there are no long-term studies into what effect it has. So essentially, we're talking about experimentation on children. And as I say, Mr. Weberly is a doctor no more. Thank God. There's two cases that I'm just about to post about that, if anyone's on the fence about this, they should have a read. In fact, no, wait a sec. Let me just read this out to you. I'll read out what Weberly did. The tribunal heard about a patient Weberly treated in 2018, a 9-year-old girl, 9 years old, to whom he prescribed off-license puberty blockers. Weberly had a 20-minute Skype call with the family, during which he only spoke to the child for 10 minutes. There was no physical examination of the child, and the questionnaire he provided for her was, quote, inadequate for the assessment of a minor. The tribunal also heard about a 17-year-old girl named Patient W, a trans-identified girl who contacted Weberly in June 2018. In an email to him, she expressed her desire to transition as soon as possible Weberly diagnosed her as gender dysphoric and prescribed her with testosterone. Patient W had been diagnosed with Asperger's and had complex and long-term mental health issues. However, Weberly did not appear to be aware of these comorbidities, as he'd failed to obtain the patient's medical records. So that's two young people who were treated by this doctor who mermaids have been promoting through Gender GP for a number of years now. God knows how many children have come out of that experience in one piece. As we always say, this is a huge medical scandal, and it is going to come in soon. The Cass report is going to do it. Alison Bailey's case is going to do it. And you know, people are going to have to answer, why are they holding up a show, delaying this show that could be on, you know, next year, by continuing to pretend that there's not a debate here, an important debate that everyone has a right to participate in. What am I getting wrong about all this? And the thing is, I did say to them, and I said right up until the last minute, they're going to have to apologize to me privately. And if they don't, they'll have to apologize publicly. And they will have to apologize publicly, because they're helping the blackening of my name while trying to steal my, well, sorry, I should be careful, while trying to, I don't know, gain control of my show. And you know, normally if there was a creative problem and stuff, I'd be fighting like crazy about that too, but I wouldn't be doing any of it publicly, maybe, I don't know. But in this, the stakes are too high. We are talking about children. We're talking about children being damaged permanently. We're talking about the overrepresentation of autistic children, of gender non-conforming and gay children. This is what is happening. And I won't go on pretending to be, I won't go on letting people off the hook for not addressing what's going on. You know, those days are coming to an end. Sorry, the sweat is running off my nose. I just came in from a run. Sorry, not a run, a walk. I don't run. What do you mean running? Yeah, so essentially these matters are all so important. And I don't know why, as I said in my recent piece, I don't know what I have to do to impress upon, I thought, rational people, that children's lives are important, that children's safety is important, that women's language being erased is important, that women being losing their single-sex spaces is important. These are important matters. And what's most insulting about this is that the people on the other side of this, whether they be trans rights activists or the people acting in their name, which I'm afraid my colleagues are at the moment, they will not answer questions. They won't answer questions on where you're wrong, what you've got wrong, what's wrong with your approach. Like, for instance, Alison Bailey, in her case recently, we saw the Garden Court Chambers. We saw that basically, as far as these people are concerned, there's no volume quiet enough that you can say these things. And these are not controversial things. These are just perfectly normal things that most of the country believes. The only people who don't believe it are fashionistas in the theatre world, media and publishing. Like, look at those three dreadful women who came after that Muslim woman. I mean, they're just kind of pulling these cutesy faces, Clara Villamy and Joe Cotterill and stuff. And while they're discussing targeting a Muslim author, Anjali Rauf, right? These people are just delighted about destroying people's lives, and yet they will not answer any questions. So, yeah, so this is just kind of like, I know it's all over the place, but this is just kind of like an update. I do want FreeFatherTed to take off. I hope people will tweet it and keep saying it and talk about it. And please do point out links from my site, anything that you want. As always, I can fight all this in the open because I've not done anything wrong, whereas they have to do it in the dark because they know they're on the wrong side. They know they're on the wrong side. There's no excuse There's no excuse for looking away while kids are being hurt. And that's what's happening. And I want this to be a Jimmy Savile moment that everyone says, you know, when it all comes back, I don't want people to be able to say, oh, well, I didn't know. I wasn't sure. I didn't know it was going on. This is that. Please, this is the receipts, right? So please keep these receipts, keep sending them to people and ask them, where are they? Why aren't they standing up as well? Why aren't they standing alongside me? What is going on? Anyway, yeah. I don't know if I have anything. Should I set up? Yeah, okay. I just came in from a run, so I'm a little bit flustered, and obviously, yes, this debate does kind of bring out the urgency in me. But I want to be clear here. The door is always open to these people. I just need an apology. Unfortunately, now I have to ask for it publicly. But I do need an apology because, you know, I've been treated abominably. The pressure on me and my wife when I was still together was just appalling. And some of the things that happened because of my involvement in this fight, which I must remind them at this point, is my beliefs are protected in the UK's Equality Act, as proved in the case of Maya Forstater. Right, so these are protected beliefs. So if I can get funding, or if I can get interest in funding from interested parties at this stage, then where does the information come from that you won't be able to fund the show if I'm involved with it? Where does that come from? I'm sorry, but I just don't believe it. Yeah, I guess that's it. Let me see, any questions? No, that's it. Okay, so this is going to be regular update. I'll let you know as things come in. You know, I'm delighted because, as I suspected, you know, something I bet on very early in this is that the TED musical is too big to be cancelled. So if you don't want to do it, guys, just move out of the way. Let me do it. It's already in good shape. All right, speak to you soon. Bye-bye.